and 27. She heard the report. In other words, she knew about Jesus' track record. She knew that he was a healer. She knew that he could handle her issue. So she sought him out. She pressed into the crowd. In Mark 5 and 28, she said, I will not stop till I press my way to Jesus. We as women, we know how to press. We know how to push, fight, and kick for what we want. Nothing can stop a woman when she's on a mission. Nothing can stop a mother when she's in a fight with the devil for her family and for her kids. Nothing. She pressed through any obstacle. She pressed through any gossip, anything to get to Jesus when her family, when her children are in need. I remember my son there in Denver. I have 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. And one of my sons got sidetracked and got out there on drugs. And for years he wrestled with that thing. We had him in counseling and in drug rehab. And one night I was laying there in bed and God told me to get up and pray for it. And I prayed for him in the past, like some of you mothers in here. And I cried out to God, but I didn't press my way in. I didn't press into Jesus like I needed to. But that particular night, my son was wrestling with suicide spirit. He was ready to take his life. He had had enough of the fight of this world. Am I talking to somebody in here today? You get there. It might not have happened to you, but I've been there. Where I just don't want to fight anymore, sister. And that's what my son did. It got to the point where he had lost his wife, lost his home, and he was struggling with these drugs. And I began to pray for him, and my husband was agreeing with me. And then I realized that this is not working. This boy's about ready to take his life, and I'm a seer. I can see things in the spirit, and I saw my son sitting there ready to take his life, writing me a letter. And I began to cry out to God, and I began to call on God, and I said, Lord, help him, save him, block him, do whatever you need to do. Then all of a sudden something fell in my spirit, and I pressed into a presence of God that I've never felt before. And all of a sudden, I didn't hear myself talk, but I heard myself as a mother that was desperate. I said, Michael, go get my son. My son tell me later when we began to talk, but I knew at that moment that God had dispatched a warring angel for my son. Sometimes you gotta fight. You gotta do some stupid stuff. You gotta do something that don't make sense to you, but make all the sense to God. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lord. He said he put those drugs down, and he got up and he walked around in the room. 2 days later, my son called me and said, Mom, I need your help. I need to come to Odessa. I said, baby, I know. We sent him a ticket, and he's here in Odessa. He is delivered.